Hello, Flaming Bee. Hi, how you doing? And today we're watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 6, Episode 12. Goodness gracious, we are getting back into Buffy after the last Angel episode that we just watched. But yeah, so the last Buffy episode was so fucking good. I loved it so much. It was with Invisible Buffy. It was such a fun ride. It was like a fun ride, but like also it continued on with like all the plots and everything. It was just so fucking good. Oh god, I'm like literally still on a high from that episode. I just loved it so much. Anywho, lots of good discussion on the last episode. When I first posted it on Patreon. Yeah, there's a few things that I wanted to mention before we jump into this one. First of which being that other people also had the same thought as me, where Buffy's treatment of this poor social worker is kind of insane. And also, Buffy really put the gaslight into Girl Boss Gaslight Gatekeep, which honestly, fuck it up. You're on your way to being a girl boss, if you are not already, Buffy, let's go. But yeah, so while I was watching, I was like, this is kind of insane treatment of this poor social worker just doing her job. And like, the social worker had a pretty good, like, accurate representation of what was happening in the household. Like, she had a right to be concerned about Dawn. So the fact that like she's like, no, you're wrong. Buffy, I hate to tell you this, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but she's a little right. Dawn does need a little bit of help. But anywho, the other thing I wanted to mention was, we had a bunch of discussion about, like, Willow and, like, her, like, addiction to, like, magic and everything, and a couple of people have mentioned, like, the reason that they don't really particularly like the addiction metaphor, which I thought was just because, like, it wasn't well done, which it was a little heavy-handed, which some people don't like it because of that, but some other people were like, well, no, I don't really like it because it's not the story that they were telling before, which, a few people were like, well, it's more so like Willow's ego. Like, her ego throughout so many of these seasons has been, like, linked to this magic, and then to, like, kind of throw that away and then paint it as more of, like, oh, she's addicted to it. It's not because of, like, her personality or, like, her ego connected to her magic and, like, her trying to distance herself from being, you know, the nerdy girl at school. Like, there's just a lot happening with Willow, and honestly, I'm so interested in, at the end of the season, diving back into it and, like, seeing how she got from season 1 Willow to where she is now. Like, it's just so interesting. But I'm gonna keep that in mind. Like, Willow's just, like, her personality, like, linked to this magic, and how literally her ego is just so insane. Like, just how she, like, holds herself, and, like, holds herself at such a higher level compared to, like, everyone else. It's so interesting. And then another thing that I wanted to mention, I made a comment that I was like, why is it, like, obviously we had, like, the self-destructive behaviors by Willow and Buffy. Why was Willow shown as being, like, at her lowest point or, like, hitting rock bottom, but Buffy, she keeps doing those self-destructive behaviors and she's not being, like, it's not told in the same vein as, like, oh, Buffy also has, you know, hit rock bottom because she keeps going to Spike. And this kind of stems from, like, Willow's thing, because Willow, I feel like, after, like, seeing some comments, it's, like, a much, like, deeper-rooted issue for her character. With Buffy, someone made this really cool comment where they compared it to the relationship that Buffy had with Faith in season 3. So Faith looked at Buffy as kind of like a mirror self, and they were saying that Buffy is looking at Spike how Faith looked at Buffy in season 3, which I think is such an interesting fucking, like, analysis of that. I am really excited to see if we get any more of, like, that stuff this episode. I would love to see it. But, like, that's just so cool that, I don't know, I just Spike and Buffy. Their relationship, I know, I'm, like, a stanny, I know, but their relationship just in the show and, like, regardless of, like, their romantic stuff, like, it's just Spike, you know? Spike. It's just, I love it. Anywho, without further ado, I've been talking so much in this intro, but yeah, let's just get into it. Also, I forgot to mention the 3 bozos. Yeah. Let's see if we see them in this episode. I keep doing that. I keep forgetting, like, the main antagonists of each season for Buffy and Angel right now. Which I think is pretty cool that, like, the main antagonist, like, that's not the most interesting thing. So, either way. Yeah, we got the 3 bozos. Yay.
Now, I get Warren being a supervillainy type, but I thought Jonathan...
Right, she found out their identities. Oh my god, I completely forgot.
You should have seen their headquarters. It was
Did
like
Anya change her hair? I think she changed it in the last episode.
Well, if we know where they are, shouldn't we do something?
She went in and then...
Speaking of Buffy, isn't she ready? She's gonna be late for her first day.
Hey, respect the narrative flow much?
Please continue the story of failure.
So,
Please,
Buffy
that's
went
just his
in,
entire
they
season.
cleared out. And then she brought back pictures of the Vulcan woman on Enterprise.
Ooh. I mean, nerds.
Yeah, what nerds.
The workers are the tools that shape America.
Good to know. I was kind of feeling like a tool. And now I know why.
Buffy, no. Oh, no. Does Willow work? Is she giving anything into this rent? Or the mortgage or whatever? Because someone brought that up too, and I was like, Buffy has so many financial issues, but like, is anyone helping her out? You know, the people that are living there also?
But now you're seeing it all in a new way. You're seeing it from behind the
Not the intro video.
Just become part of the Doublemeat experience.
I'm part of it. I'm part of it. I'm a part of it too.
Interesting, isn't it?
Stop.
Oh, yes.
This is Buffy. She's gonna work the counter.
Hi.
Why
What
is the
happened to the
music
other
so
one?
ominous?
Catherine.
Emily?
Yeah, she's gone.
Stop! What the fuck? Is Emily a ghost? Do the
always happens.
ghosts... What?
We have a lot of turnover here.
No.
Watch these two. Follow their example and you won't go wrong. They're lifers.
Lifers?
In it for life.
Stop!
Me. You want to get something out of this, Buffy? You'll
When
turn
I
out.
worked at Publix,
You'll be where I
that
am.
was
I
a common
promise
phrase.
You're on the clock.
Did they just throw a dart at a board and go, okay, what a
This is the
burger?
kitchen. The beating
and
heart of the
horror
double
film.
meat.
They're all so identical.
Yeah, they all start to look the same
The
to me.
music
too.
is really freaking me out.
Oh,
It's
no, not
getting
the
to me.
employees.
The double meat medley.
Oh,
What is
I know
this?
medley.
Is there
Below
something
the
in the
bun.
burger?
Plus pickles and the secret ingredient.
Watch it
Eat
be
it.
absolutely nothing.
Oh, I'd like a small coffee and cherry pie.
Wait, I know this lady from something.
That's $1.92, ma'am.
You really might make it, dear. Not like some of them where suddenly you never see them again. I can see you here for a long time.
That's great.
That is the worst thing to hear.
Hey, Buffy. We're here to support your subsistence level employment. Bravo.
Thank you. This is cool of you guys.
After Willow gave us the whoosh engagement party, I got slack on the planning because I figured she'd help, but, well, now that's all been blown to hell.
Hey, standing right here. Standing right exactly here.
Sorry, didn't mean to tempt you.
That one's so delicate.
Anyway, I still have to select the bridesmaids' dresses.
Is the entire episode gonna be about this?
There's no one here.
Sure there is. Look.
Stop, is there a camera? Ah!
This will make my day complete.
I apologize. I apologize. That was the worst jump scare I've ever had.
I'm working. Go away.
Just him standing there, it really got me. It really got me.
You're better than this.
I need the money.
I can get money. Walk with me now. Come on. This place will kill you.
No.
Hey, what are you doing? What?
But I was expecting a camera
Feels like I
because
just left.
I used to work at Mrs. Fields Cookies at the mall, and there was cameras so that the owner could watch us. Yeah, that was fun.
I've been watching you.
But I don't know
camera.
how to grill. What's the secret ingredient?
It's a process. They do it to the meat.
Is it people?
What is it?
Please say no. I don't need a little cannibalism plot in Buffy.
Alright.
I don't need that.
Guess we're gonna get kind of greasy, huh?
Once I noticed I couldn't hear and went to the doctor. He said it was grease. It made a plug.
Oh. But they could still show up, right? I mean, they could be anywhere.
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Enough.
Enough
Enough with the
Buffy.
mystery
She's
meat.
working late, so I might have to go.
Wow!
I have been called, and vengeance shall I wreak.
How freck? On Yonka? Oh my god! How are you?
You're marrying that man with the large upper arms?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I love him. We're gonna be very happy together.
She's like, well, if you don't, you have my number.
What?
They really did fucking anything on this show.
Man. It's me.
Not her
Dom
again.
said I could
Girl,
come
get
up.
the hint.
I mean, I don't know if you wanted to keep it or...
The cage
want
that
it?
she was in.
Really? Well, yeah, you know, I mean, it's not much, but it's home.
Stop
Or it was.
panning over to the cage.
Potestas.
Excuse me? What the fuck?
It's magic. And it didn't come from you, it came from me.
How? Ew! What? Why did I have to see that? It is people in the... What?
Want to tell me what's going on?
I'm not sure.
Try again.
Maybe Gary did come in this morning, or I don't know, late last night, and maybe there was an accident and he got himself to the hospital.
Right. Or maybe he's in the grinder, huh? Huh? Meat process secret ingredient? Maybe Gary's on the grill.
Buffy! Buffy!
Oh my god, she's gonna be meat next.
It's not exactly. It's people. The meat layer. It's definitely people. Probably not the chickeny part, but who knows? Who knows?
What about the cherry pie?
You are fired.
Tell me more about Xander.
I love Xander.
Even though he thinks he knows better than you?
But he doesn't. He doesn't think that.
You don't have to say another thing about it if you're not comfortable.
But I am.
She's like, well, since I'm here, you
It's
know,
not like
I'm
I'm
on
hiding any
vengeance, dude.
deficiencies or anything.
Look what I found near the grinder. Ew. We need to analyze that burger. We need to find out if it used to be people.
What? People?
Xander, you ate the burger. Now I'm gonna have to get another one.
That's your problem with this scenario? You getting seconds?
Lane, sorry.
Are you
I was
okay?
reading
Well,
for school.
You wouldn't want any.
Yeah, I can start analyzing it with science. Not.
I can start
use science.
analyzing
You ate
it with science.
We have the wrapper.
Oh, Manny? Guess you really were a lifer.
Oh my god.
Buffy's never gonna be a lawyer or a doctor. Anything big. I mean, I could still grow up to be anything. But for her, this is it.
Okay, but maybe you'll be a lawyer or a doctor and you can use all your money to support your deadbeat sister.
Oh, that's terrifically better. Thanks.
I'm here.
We're doing chemistry.
Oh. So sorry I hurried.
Hey, did your friend have a good time?
There's no reaction,
Oh, God, no.
which means it's not human.
It's not human. It's not human?
Maybe someone's, you know, killing demons and using them as a cheap source of meat. I mean, we've all heard of that. And by the way, I'm opposed to using demon meat no matter how much money it saves. Does that surprise you?
Again, I say, huh?
No.
Wig lady?
Oh dear. Wig lady, is that what they call me?
What is she gonna turn
I
into?
mean, I have to do something to hide this.
Oh my god!
Paralyzing. Don't try to move, dear. You're my favorite.
Oh god.
Double meat workers. I just love the paralysis. It means I can eat you slowly.
They aren't even meat. It's all processed vegetables. Isn't that weird?
What? Goodness gracious! Ugh. Ew! Oh god.
Buffy!
Ugh. Ew!
Miss me.
Ew! What? That's... Oh! Ew! Oh, I really didn't like that. Ew! Oh god! Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Oh god!
Ew. Hey. Amy.
Ew.
Can I come in? My new
Absolutely
place
not.
isn't set up, and I wanted to borrow some stuff like detergent.
You really can't.
Yeah, let's get it.
I forgot a lot while you were failing to make me be not a rat.
Amy, if you really are my friend, you better stay away from me. And if you really aren't, you better stay away from me.
Oh shit! Oh, Rilla's gonna fight! Oh, fighter, do it.
The double meat medley is vegetables?
Close the door. Have a seat.
Oh my god.
It's a valuable secret, isn't it?
Is there something you want?
Is she gonna fucking
I really
bribe?
need money.
You want money?
I'd really like to not be fired anymore.
See this? I want you to be shooting for this from here on out.
Right. Here on out.
Damn. Okay. Okay, so this one was called Double Meat Palace. Has a 6.5 rating, which is not as bad as Beer Bad for ratings. Oh, and the same rating as Bad Eggs. So, yeah. Seems about right, to be honest. Written by Jane Epsonson and directed by Nick Mark. Directing was fucking fantastic. I will give it to Nick. But I don't know, this episode was... It was fun. It was a interesting ride. It wasn't really like... I don't know, I think it was exactly what it wanted to be. And I'll explain what I mean. I think it wanted to be just like a mundane kind of experience for Buffy, because Buffy goes on like these insane rides all the time where she like, you know, slaying vampires and doing all this stuff. And then she has to find a regular Joe Schmo job at a fast food place. And she's like taking everything and like thinks there's something bigger than what it is. And she thinks that she can, you know, be, you know, a slayer, which I think it would have been a lot better if like it just wasn't anything. Like there was no demon, nothing. It was just like, these are how people act in these kinds of jobs. As someone that has worked a few different jobs, I've worked 2 mall jobs. I worked at Hollister and Mrs. Fields Cookies. That was a job. Goodness. If you yell at food court employees, I'm coming for you. And I've also worked at Publix, which if you're not from the southeast of America, it's just like a grocery store that is the best grocery store probably in like Florida. It's mainly like a Florida thing. But Jesus Christ, the Publix, like they had the whole like if you work for us, we want you forever, basically. I don't think they've ever fired anyone, honestly. There was, like, some sort of, like, statistic or something. My friend just got hired there. And, like, the manager was like, yeah, we've never fired anyone. And it's, like, that's, like, the kind of vibe. But it causes people to just stay there and just stay stagnant and, like, just be a cashier for, like, 20 years. Because, like, there's a Publix down the street from my house. I've lived in this house since 3rd grade. There are still people that work there at the same position since I was a kid. I don't know. I just feel like it could have been a lot cooler to, like, not have any sort of demon or anything. Like, I don't know. I feel like it could have been a lot more interesting if, like, there was no demon, but I understand why they probably added it in because, like, it's a Buffy episode, you know? People are watching, you know, the casual viewers probably just want to see Buffy slay a demon, so understandable, but I don't know. I feel like they could have gotten, like, a really cool message if, like, it just wasn't anything. But, yeah, just... I also think if the B plot of, like, Anya and Xander, if that was more at the forefront, even Willow, I feel like Willow also had, like, kind of a B plot with the whole Amy thing. I think if that also was more on the forefront rather than only being in, like, literally 2 scenes, I think I would have enjoyed this episode a little bit more. It was just the whole Doublemeat Palace thing took up so much of this episode. And it just was dragging a little bit. I was watching, you know, I was having a fun time with it, you know, but I will admit, I was like, when's something gonna happen? When is something gonna happen, you know? Which, I don't know. I'm a hypocrite. So I'm like, you know, I wish they didn't add the demon, but also I wanted more stuff to happen, so whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. Let's talk about Anya real quick. So Anya had, like, a little plot this episode where she was, you know, planning for the wedding, all that. Love that whole plot line that we've had, like, for a couple episodes now, pretty much this entire season, of Anya trying to, you know, plan the wedding and everything. I love it. I really, really hope we get an episode at the wedding or something. That would be so fucking cool. And then, like, a demon tries to, like, do something. I would love it. I would love that. Getting to wait. I gotta ask, are Buffy and Willow bridesmaids, or are they? That'd be so cute if they were all in bridesmaid dresses. I would adore it. I would adore it. Anywho, yeah, so Anya's been, like, prepping for the wedding and everything, and then she sent out all the invitations and everything, and then one of her vengeance demon besties, I guess, came, and yada yada, she was talking to her. And it's very interesting how this issue that I had with Anya and Xander's relationship is only being brought up really now. I feel like they've never really... I mean, Buffy kind of mentioned this to Xander back in, like, what, Into the Woods or whatever. But it's never been something, like, that they've had to really look at and talk about. Especially Anya. I feel like Anya just takes everything with, like, a grain of salt. She's like, okay, whatever. I don't think anything really, like, gets her down with, like, that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting this episode where the vengeance demon was like, so Xander just tells you what to do, like, all the time. So he critiques what you do and how you act all the time. And Anya, like, is slowly like, yeah, he does tell me what to do and critiques everything I do and say. And it's like, are you just now picking up on that? Like, she's been doing that since you guys have started talking, pretty much. So it's very interesting. Also, like, I've kind of moved past it. I feel like Xander and Anya are, like, such a cute pairing. I don't know. They're just, like, total opposites, but I feel like that works so well for them because Xander, I feel like... They kind of honestly remind me of my parents because my mom is super outgoing. She'll talk to fucking anyone. She'll talk to anyone. She has so many friends. She was literally the most popular girl in high school. She was a cheerleader. She was friends with literally every single group of people at her high school. My dad is like me. He has really bad anxiety. He doesn't like talking to anyone. When we go to restaurants, he doesn't like talking to the waiter even. If we go out and we, like, go shopping, he literally has so much anxiety about cashiers and stuff. He won't even go through the fucking checkout line because he has so much, like, anxiety about things. But either way, it kind of reminds me of my parents. With Xander, you know, he's just like, okay, Anya, like, dial it down a little bit, you know, like, kind of, like, anchoring Anya, but Anya's able to get Xander out of his shell a little bit and, like, do things. I don't know. I just love them. So the fact that, like, they're bringing it up now, and it's like, oh, I thought we moved past this, but okay, yeah, let's revisit this whole issue that I had with it, honestly, for a while. And, yeah, I don't know. It was just very interesting. I'm curious if I feel like they might bring this up again in, like, the next episode or so. I really hope she doesn't bottle this up, and then the day of the wedding or some shit, she's like, I can't go through with it, and I'll lose my mind. I hate when that happens. And yeah, even Xander this episode, Xander is stressing me the fuck out. He stresses me out. Anytime they mention, like, marrying Anya, and even at the beginning of this episode, in the first scene, Willow was like, oh yeah, you have to deal with this for the rest of your life. That's what you're signing up for. And Xander, every single time, he is reminded that marrying Anya is like a lifelong promise to Anya. And it's like, he gets so like, oh my god, yeah, I have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And it's like, my guy, yeah, that's kind of like in the whole marrying thing. That's the whole package. That's like the appeal for most people. So, yeah, it's just very interesting, their whole thing. And honestly, I'm really interested to see how that continues on. Just because, again, I love Anya and Xander now. I feel like, you know, first couple seasons, you know, I was a little iffy on Xander. But now I literally love his character so much. I love it. It's so well-rounded now, you know? Like, I feel like he's, like, a person that, like, I know, you know? I don't know, just very well-rounded. Either way, what I wanted to say was, they have just been on the back burner for so long, Xander and Anya, that I hope for the wedding, I really, really hope, like, they are the main plot and not, like, the B plot while Buffy is trying to do something, you know? I don't know. I just want, like, a little spotlight on them and them trying to work through these, like, maybe insecurities that they have about marrying each other. I don't know. I love them so much. So, either way, moving on to Willow. So, Willow this episode, God. Oh, this poor girl. She is trying her best. She is trying her darn best. And freaking Amy, what a bitch. What a bitch, honestly. I cannot believe she fucking... What did she even do? She, like, gave her a power or something? And everything Willow touched, I was so fucking nervous that she was gonna accidentally touch one of them and they were just gonna, like, disintegrate or something. I was very nervous, okay? Yeah, it's just very interesting also, like, how they've framed her, I guess, like, detoxing and, like, withdrawing, I guess, from magic, since they're, you know, still going with the addiction, like, metaphor. It's very interesting how, like, she describes it and she's like, yeah, everything is just so freaking slow now. And I never even thought of it like that. And I don't know, it just makes me understand her, like, mentality again. Because, like, I can't even imagine, like, how slow processes are. And then you're so used to just, you know, boom, we got it. Or, like, you know, boom, it's done. So she actually has to, like, go through the motions and everything. And do all the processes the way that they're supposed to be done. But yeah, so freaking Amy, I thought it was gonna be so fucking cool that Amy the rat was no longer the rat. Honestly, Amy, I miss you being a rat, okay? I will be the first to admit, I miss your rat era, to be honest. And now you're just a rat IRL, as a person. Who knew all those years you were just preparing for when you were coming back as a human to be even bigger rat. But yeah, so again, I don't really know what she did. She did something to Willow. And yeah, just fucking annoying. But I'm so happy at the end, Willow was like, you know what, Amy? Fuck you. Get out of my life. Don't fucking talk to me again. And that line at the end, the one where she was like, if you're my friend, leave me alone. And if you're not my friend, leave me the fuck alone. Oh, that was so fucking good. Oh my god. Whoops. I got a little too excited. That was so fucking good. So fucking good. Oh, goodness. Now, yeah, I guess let's talk about the main plot again. Oh my god, wait, I want to rewatch that one clip. Because I was expecting, because the guy was like, oh, there is someone here. And he pointed, and I thought he meant like, oh, there is someone here, you know, the owners are always watching us. Because again, like I mentioned, that literally happened to me. It was a very weird experience. Because when we were like taking out the cookies or something, and we were like getting them off the pan, I guess we were using like the wrong spatula or whatever. The owner called us and was like, you're using the wrong one. Use the other one. Very weird experience. But then it just is fucking Spike.
Now I get more.
That was just... It really got me. That scared the fuck out of me. I will not even... It's not even that bad of a jump scare. There's no sound cue or anything. It just scared the fuck out of me. Because I was expecting a close-up of a camera or something. I just see Spike. Which was not expecting to see Spike at all. Goodness gracious, these two. Buffy, you were down horrendous. You were down horrendous. You need to stop. Behind a Doublemeat palace? Behind a Doublemeat palace? Girl, you need to get tested. I don't know what you could have contracted, but you need to get tested. Goodness, and she didn't even look like she was really enjoying it. She was just like, yeah, I'm here. Buffy, please. Yeah, Buffy, what are you doing? Buffy, what are you doing? I will admit, the bike situation is not at all what I was expecting. Behind a Doublemeat palace. Buffy and Spike smashed behind a Doublemeat palace where Buffy thought that in the meat were people. That's what... It's just a little much. It's a little much for me. I will admit. Also, side note, since I was a little bit of a short hair hater in the last episode, I really like her short hair in this episode. I think it was like how it was styled in the last episode. I didn't really like this. She's cute. She can pull off anything, and I really like it. I'm on the short hair train, okay? So I'm curious, like, why did does the manager know about the lady? Okay, I need to look up her name, by the way. Give me a sec. I fucking knew it. She's in Desperate Housewives. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I was literally like, I know her from somewhere. I know her from somewhere. She's in fucking Desperate Housewives. She's one of the ladies that lives on the lane. I'm so sorry that took me so long, but I figured it out. I was like, I know her face. I know her from something. I was gonna say Desperate Housewives, but I was thinking of the main old lady, and I was like, no, that's not her. She's the other one. She's the other one that has a cat, I think. That ran out during the tornado or whatever. No, hurricane or something? Whatever. But yeah, anywho. I don't know what else I need to say about this episode. Again, very interesting take for, like, Buffy to, like, find, like, just a regular Joe Schmo job and, like, for it to, like, end up being something else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to think of it. Like, is this something that I'm gonna really be thinking about after this? I don't know. I feel like it's, like, kind of like a beginning arc for some things and, like, just a middle part for others. Like, with the Buffy Spike thing, we got, like, one scene with them. And even just, like, God, Spike? With the whole, like, this isn't you. You need money? I can get you money. Say less. Say less, Spike. But yeah, so, like, it's, like, a continuation for that. It's a continuation for, like, the Willow thing. It's, like, the beginning of, like, a Xander, Anya kind of thing, maybe, if that continues on. And then just the majority of this episode is about the Doublemeat Palace, and I just... I don't know. It was just a lot of time into this thing where even the ending, I was not expecting her to keep the job. So I think that's also why I was like kind of, you know, because I was expecting like at the end of it to like, you know, her be fired, she moves on to something else. But the fact that like she's actually keeping this job, are we gonna see more of this? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that concept of potentially seeing more of the Doublemeat Palace, you know? I don't know. And again, I mentioned this in my video, or in my reaction. Does Willow give money to Buffy to put towards the mortgage or whatever? Or, like, any sort of, like, you know, groceries and stuff that, like, they need for Dawn and stuff, and just the house in general? Does she do any... Like, she has a room in the house. It's just very interesting. A bunch of people have mentioned this concept to me, and I just keep forgetting to add it in to like talk about it. But this whole like Buffy needs money, she needs to pay, you know, she has bills, she needs to do shit. Willow, you also live here. Tara, you also lived here. How is it only on Buffy? Like, that concept's a little strange. And also, yes, Willow, love that for you to be, you know, going to school and shit. But if you're living somewhere where your best friend, who's also your same age, is having a lot of trouble getting the money to live there, I don't know, get a gig or something. Do something, a little side hustle to, like, bring in some money. That's, like, insane. Either who. I was about to say either way, and then I was like, maybe I should say anywho. Either who. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious to see where this goes after that. It was just an episode. And it was interesting. It was pretty fun. But I don't know, just like looking at it for like more than half a second, I'm just like, you know? So anyways, the next episode that I'll be watching is the next Angel episode, episode 12, I believe? Yeah. So the next episode is episode 12 of Angel, and then after that we're going to be coming back to Buffy, so we're going to be flip-flopping for a couple more episodes, I believe. And, yeah, with that, I do believe that is all I have to say, so yeah. Thank you to all my beautiful patrons over on Patreon. I will see you guys next video. Bye!